And welcome back to the Business Spotlight. I have a great show going today with Jeff Pickering, a CPA in the Plano area, Masters in Taxation, and we're talking about ways to hopefully, if you're a business owner especially, or a professional that has to pay the IRS their due, which you live in the U.S., you do. So we're trying to save you some money, and I hope you get a lot of benefit out of this. Join us on our YouTube channel, which is at patrickdoer.tv, and then also connect with Jeff at pickeringcpa.com if you'd like to schedule an appointment with him to learn more. He is my CPA, and I love having him on my show. Thanks again. I want to get into, we were finishing up the schedule, what'd you call it?
I was talking about the Section 179 and how you can buy big stuff and deduct it all at once, which is one of the tax planning techniques you should be looking at.
Okay.
And you did, when you came back, you mentioned something about being in the U.S., and that reminded me of some big changes that are going on in the world. And for people that are, people that have money in Swiss bank accounts, that's no longer a secret place anymore.
Really?
Yes, that's no longer secret.
Now that's been like forever. They've it's
right.
Private, it's nobody else's business. You're saying that the Swiss banks have finally gone, here we are.
The Swiss banks are reporting U.S. persons who have bank accounts in them. And not just Switzerland, Isle of Man, Bermuda, all these other places that were tax havens, they're complying with a new law that's called FATCA. Okay, and it's not new. It's been since Obamacare passed, FATCA was there too. It just took us this long to get all the organizations and regulations and all that stuff, the infrastructure of it. So what's going to happen is anybody that has a bank account in a foreign country, that bank has to have procedures to identify U.S. account holders and then tell the IRS, hey, this guy has an account in a foreign bank. So
wow.
I know, it's interesting. And you can actually go on to the irs.gov and you can put in a country, like I did yesterday. I put in Sweden, and it has about 4,500 banks that are reporting to the U.S. And it's going to be, if that's not 100%, it will be.
Wow.
So, so the world is getting much smaller for those folks.
I am just stunned. And the other thing about that, though, is that the number of people that are renouncing their U.S. citizenship is growing exponentially.
It is going up huge. They just raised the fee to $2,200. I think it was under $1,000. And I guess in hopes that people would not renounce so much, but no, people are renouncing, and we can only assume that many of them are doing it for tax reasons.
Really?
Yeah.
And now, is this kind of full disclosure that these banks, is it worldwide or is it just with America?
Well, the way this law is structured, it's structured to be like a little network and with growing tentacles. So if you want access to the U.S. markets, which U.S. and London are the two biggest, you got to comply with this law. And if you're a bank, any bank that you do business with also has to comply with the law. Otherwise, you're going to automatically withhold U.S. taxes, whether they're due or not.
Wow. Now, one of the things that I would love to just cover, I know this is a kind of a radical shift from international banking, but there are a lot of soldiers and a lot of professionals around the world.
Yes.
And don't they get some sort of tax benefit for being outside the U.S. or working outside the U.S.?
Yes, if they have foreign earned income, they get about $97,000 tax-free. It goes up every year. So that's great. They have to be working, for the most part, they have to be working a year.
So the thing that comes to mind is I have a friend that was over in Afghanistan serving as a consultant.
Right.
And he made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. And that's what happens. These folks, I have some clients that do that too. They go over there, they make tons of money, they don't pay the taxes, they come back and then they buy a house for cash or something.
That's what they did too. It's like, okay, we want this toy and that toy, and this paid off.
Yeah, you don't want to, buying the toys is a tough thing. I think it's a great strategy if your family can do that. So one of the other things, Afghanistan, of course, doesn't have the tax yet, but if you're in another country that does, the U.S. has this deal that says, okay, you have to claim your worldwide income, but you can take a credit for any foreign taxes that you pay over there.
Oh. After the break, I want to get into that because one of the things that a lot of people, granted, the people that are watching this, some of them could be international, some of them could be, a lot of them are going to be U.S. citizens. And maybe it won't apply to everybody, but
Right.
I do want to try to make sure that we cover in the last segment of the show what else business owners and even some individuals could be doing, because there's a lot of individuals that watch the show too.
Oh, sure, yes.
Folks, today we're talking with Jeff Pickering. Jeff Pickering, you can get him, you can meet him or meet with him at pickeringcpa.com. I know they've been rolling his phone number, and I believe it's 972
378
5200.
5200, that's it.
I've dialed it twice.
Yeah.
So with that, folks, the Business Spotlight is really about giving you great advice to help you be more successful in your business and hopefully in your life as well. We'll be right back.